I was proud of her for pursuing her hobbies, so I never thought twice about it. But that night, she came home later than usual. She smelled faintly of a cologne that wasn't mine, a musky, unfamiliar scent. When I hugged her, she seemed a bit distant, her embrace not as tight as usual. "Long discussion tonight?" I asked casually. "Oh, you know how it is," she replied, a little too quickly. "We got really into the character analysis." She smiled, but it didn't quite reach her eyes. I brushed it off. I trusted her completely. Why wouldn't I? She was Sarah, my Sarah. Over the next few weeks, the small inconsistencies started piling up. The book club meetings seemed to run later and later. There were more last-minute girls' nights and work emergencies that kept her out. Her phone, which she used to leave lying around, was now always with her, screen down or tucked away in her purse. One evening, I saw a text flash on her screen before she quickly snatched it up. The name was Alex. I didn't recognize it. "Who's Alex?" I asked, trying to sound nonchalant. "Oh, just someone from the book club," she said, her voice a little tight. "He's new." The way she said his name, with a slight hesitation, sent a cold shiver down my spine. But I pushed the thought away. I was being paranoid. I had to be. I spent the day filled with excitement, imagining the look on her face. I called her in the afternoon to tell her to be ready by 7. "Oh, honey, I'm so sorry," she said, her voice laced with what sounded like genuine regret. "Something's come up at work. A huge deadline. I don't think I can make it." Disappointment washed over me, but I tried to be understanding. "It's okay, babe. We can celebrate this weekend." Her relief was almost palpable. "You're the best. I love you so much," she cooed. Those words, which used to warm my heart, now felt hollow. I decided to surprise her at her office. I figured I could bring her some food. Maybe we could have a mini celebration there. I bought her favorite takeout and drove to her downtown office building. The parking lot was almost empty, which was strange for a huge deadline. A knot of dread began to form in my stomach. I went up to her floor, and her office was dark. The entire floor was deserted. Panic set in. I called her phone, and it went straight to voicemail. "I'm so sorry, I'm stuck at work." Her cheerful message chirped back at me. A lie. A blatant, cold lie. Where was she? My mind raced. The book club. Alex. The cologne. The late nights. It was like a puzzle I had been refusing to solve, and now all the pieces were clicking into place, forming a picture I didn't want to see. I drove home, my hands gripping the steering wheel so tightly my knuckles turned white. My heart was pounding in my chest, a frantic drumbeat of betrayal. When I got home, the house was dark. I sat on the couch in silence, the takeout food growing cold on the coffee table, waiting. I didn't know what I was waiting for, an explanation, another lie, the end of my world. She finally came home around midnight, tiptoeing in as if not to wake me. When she saw me sitting there in the dark, she jumped. "You scared me. What are you doing up?" she asked, trying to force a laugh. "The deadline at work was brutal," she said, starting her pre-rehearsed script. I just looked at her. I didn't say a word. I just stared, and in my silence, her facade began to crumble. Her smile faltered, and her eyes darted around the room, avoiding mine. "What's wrong?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. I finally spoke, my own voice hoarse with unshed tears. "Was work, Sarah? Or should I say, how is Alex?" The color drained from her face. She looked like a ghost. All the life and love I thought I knew, gone in an instant. She didn't deny it. She couldn't. The truth was written all over her. She sank onto the floor and started to cry, not the tears of regret I might have expected, but tears of someone who'd been caught. The story tumbled out between sobs. Alex was a colleague from a different department. It started with lunches, then drinks after work. The book club was a lie. Everything was a lie. Each word she spoke was another nail in the coffin of our marriage. Her loving words, her texts, her sweet gestures, they hadn't been signs of her love for me, but a cover for her guilt, a way to mask the secret that was tearing us apart from the inside. She said she still loved me, that it just happened and she didn't know how to stop it. She begged for forgiveness, promising it was over, that she'd do anything to fix us. But how could I believe her? Every "I love you" she had ever said now felt tainted, every memory poisoned. The woman I married, the woman I built my life around, was a stranger. Behind her loving words was a secret that had ruined everything. The foundation of our relationship wasn't love and trust. It was a carefully constructed deception. The perfect marriage was just an illusion, and I had been the only one in the audience. The days that followed were a blur of pain and confusion. We were two strangers living in the same house, a house that no longer felt like a home. The silence was deafening, broken only by her attempts to talk, to explain, to apologize. But her words were just noise to me now. Trust, once shattered, is nearly impossible to piece back together. I realized that love isn't just about hearing the words. It's about the truth behind them. Her beautiful words were a trap, and I had walked right into it. The secret was out, but the damage was done. Our story didn't have a happy ending. It had an ending, and it was devastatingly real. My journey to healing would be long and difficult, but it had to begin with one step: letting go of the woman whose loving words were the cruelest lie of all. Thank you for listening to my story. No. If you've been through something similar, no, you're not alone. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories.